Hi there, this is Craig Hain, and this video is for schools that are having a very difficult time in putting together a good mathematics program. Perhaps they're having a hard time hiring good math teachers, and what I would like to do is propose a radical solution to your math education challenge, and this can apply to middle school and high schools, anything that's post-elementary. Now, first of all, let me tell you who I am. My name is Craig Hain. This is my picture on the back of a book I've written on teaching mathematics. And you can go to www.triadmathinc.com and download a free PDF of this book, or you can buy a Kindle version from Amazon. And in this book, I explain all about the problems with teaching math today, and more importantly then, how those problems can be solved. Now, what I'm going to propose for you is the following. Basically, I've founded a company called Triad Math Inc., and I'm going to propose that you would contract with Triad Math then to be your math teacher, and I would be the head teacher, although I won't have an on-site presence, because I follow the principles of what we call Spike, which you can read another or watch another video on that. And all of this will be done through videos and feedback and quizzes and so on. And what we would do is hire a resident, what I'll call a math coach, whose first and foremost job would be to communicate with your students effectively. So this would be somebody that really had a lot of empathy and humor and really understood your students and could speak to them on their level, and wouldn't necessarily have to know very much math or be a math teacher at all, because remember, the math teaching is going to come through the system that we have. Now, every student would be enrolled in their own unique online course that's appropriate for that student. And the first and foremost consideration for any student is going to be what math is best for that student. And this is going to be determined by their overall interests and abilities, and also what they're wanting to do with their life and how they're going to go forward. And it turns out that this very often evolves as the student learns math. A lot of times a student doesn't think they understand math, they don't think they can learn it, but when they find out they can, it really changes them. In fact, that's what happened to me. If you study my Vita, on another video I have, I'll explain how that in fact happened to me. I went from being a poor, weak math student to being a pretty darn good math student, and ultimately teacher. Now, I think that you're going to find that this program is going to be much, much more successful than any conventional standard math curriculum program you could possibly do, even if you did have good teachers. And it'll be particularly true if you don't have good teachers. In fact, one weak or bad math teacher can really almost ruin a program, because it can ruin so many students. And I've seen that happen, unfortunately, way too many times over the years. Now, what you're going to find is that the standard test scores of your students are going to improve dramatically. And so the test scores for your school should go way, way up. You're also going to find that this program is probably a lot less costly than a conventional standard math program. And the reason is going to be, first of all, you're not going to be buying any expensive textbooks. As you'll see on other videos that I've got, you're going to be using books that either I have created or that we can buy very inexpensively. As a matter of fact, all of your students will start out in the Practical Math Foundation course, and this uses notes that we've prepared, that Triad Math owns and we prepared. So that'll be part of the program. And this will get all of your students grounded with a foundation. And those that just do not want to go into science and engineering, go on to college, this may be their terminal course, but they will have learned a lot of math and be ready now to go out into the world, into industry, into non-professional subjects. Then for those students that want to go into science and engineering and pursue a more standard curriculum, then we will use this wonderful textbook by George Simmons, which I've talked about on another video in detail. It's called Why Spending More Than $15 on a Mathematics Textbook is Worse Than a Waste of Money, and you'll learn all about it on that video. And this is the book we would be using, and that would be it. There would be no more books that we would be using, and that's all the way getting your students through calculus and differential equations for those advanced students. So I think you're going to find that the program is going to be much, much less expensive than what you normally would have to do. It is true that every student will need to be internet connected and will have to have some device available to them, like either a computer or an Android tablet. We need computers that will play Flash movies, because some of our programs are in Flash, and it'll also be able to play the more modern HTML5 movies. Now, the matter of fact, most schools already have this already, and I'm guessing you probably do. So if you're interested in exploring this radical idea, as I call it, then I urge you to contact me. My name is Craig Hain, as I said, and my phone number is there on the screen. You can call me. You don't have anything to lose. You have a great deal to gain. And I would look forward to discussing it with you in depth, with you and all of your high school decision makers, including any superintendents, curriculum advisors, or board members you might have. So I hope to hear from you, and I can assure you that this would be a very, very wonderful thing for your school and, more importantly, for your students. This is Craig Hain, known as Dr. Dell, and my students. I hope to hear from you. Bye-bye.